Hi, muggles, witches, and wizards, and all other friends. Welcome back to Paisley Raye Presents Swish and Flick Fashions. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience of being a Paisley Raye stylist for the past 2 weeks. As I've filmed this video, I've been a stylist for 2 weeks and 1 day as far as actually selling and putting my inventory out there for people to purchase. I've had the inventory a little bit longer, and the reason for that was I was coming from a different company, and if you scroll down to any of my other videos, it's very clear which other company that was, and I was with them for 2.5 years. So some of you may be asking, why would you switch after 2.5 years? And I feel like I was pretty successful with the other company. I cruise qualified both full years that I was with them, which was amazing, and I had the best time. It was the only time I've ever been on a cruise, actually, those 2 times. I hit trainer, and then it kind of, after the first year, it kind of stalled. So I never ranked higher than trainer, but I was still very proud to hit trainer. So why did I switch, and what has been my experience with it? So I decided to switch because when I started the other company, there was less than 3,000 of us, and it was great. I mean, it wasn't a crazy amount of people selling it, so you had a really nice customer base because you were one of less than 3,000 people to shop with. And I think when I left, there's well over 100,000. I don't even want to begin to guess how many there is, but I would say at least 120,000, but I don't know. So it was a little bit harder. And also there was a lot of, I won't say like, I don't want to, like, we're not gonna at all, this video is not to tear down the other company at all, because I had a wonderful experience and I met amazing people. So it just started to become not a fit for me anymore, and that's kind of like what it came down to. So I started looking into other companies, and I started looking like sort of the end of last year, beginning of this year, and I wasn't finding the right company, so I wasn't gonna just switch to switch. So I looked into other companies. I talked to other stylists from those companies. Even a few of them sent me some of their pieces, and it just wasn't worth. I was like, no, like, I'm definitely, this company that I'm with currently is better. So long story short, I took my time with it, and then I sort of accidentally came across Paisley Raye because it's such a a new company that I had never heard of it before. So when I came upon it, I think actually from YouTube, so there you go, I was like, oh my gosh, these stylists are amazing. They are so pretty. But let's not jump the gun. Let's start with like what I did before. Let me talk to a current stylist. Let me see if I can touch the clothes, feel the clothes, see how they fit. Because most of my girls are plus size, so that was a really big factor to make sure that the clothes fit all body types, not just plus size, not just smaller girls, all sizes. And sure enough, I happened to find, like, when I contacted with the lady who is now my sponsor, I think she was like in the first 40. So, and she just happened to be like about an hour away. So that was crazy. There was less than like 1 per state average, and there happened to be one not too far away. So I like totally drove that hour, went and spent I think at least 6 to 8 hours with her, trying on the clothes, asking a million questions, feeling the product, putting them on, and I was just like immediately in love and hooked, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. So that was in April. So now we're in the end of July, but that was in April. So, but the thing about it is, I put my paperwork in that week, but they are, and like I was number 88 when I onboarded, but they are so responsible with their onboarding that I think they're only onboarding a couple a week, maybe even less, like 1 or 2, and maybe like, so not to say that won't change or hasn't changed, but I think when I was going through the process, it was like 1 or 2 a week. And so but which I totally appreciated, because I've come from another company where they onboarded so quickly that it just kind of, it had this domino effect and it wasn't all good. So mostly it was bad, like for both ends, people onboarding, people already in it. So they're being super responsible. So long story short, it took a long time to onboard, and I had a big inventory to get rid of. which brings me to my next point. Paisley Raye does not want you to have a big inventory at all. That is not their model. So that was super appealing to me, to have over $30,000 in inventory hanging on racks. I just really didn't want to do that anymore, and I wanted to get that I wanted to get that money back in my pocket. So the setup cost for the start cost for Paisley Raye for clothing is $2,500, and that gets you a little over 100 pieces. And their business model is kind of like where they just don't really expect you to have more than a couple, 200, 300, 400 pieces. Oh my god, like that is crazy to me. How like that's a whole nother mindset. Like there's been times where I've ordered like at least that many pieces with my other company in just in one order. So I was like, what? Okay, great. So I love that. So the even though the $2,500 is not cheap, it's like 50% cheaper, more so than the other company, and they just don't expect, like, it's not like build your inventory. It's you know, build it but not crazy. So that was amazing. All the clothes are made in the United States, which is also amazing, and they do not plan on leaving the United States. So that right there tells you they cannot go huge. They cannot be 100,000 person company. I don't know what the cutoff is, but they told us there will be a cutoff. So that kind of tells me right there that they have our best interest. Like, they want us, like, their stylists to make money, and they're not worried about them just making money. So it's going to say in the United States, there's going to be a limit of how many stylists. It's a ground floor opportunity. I was number 88. I think we're right at 100. Like, I think probably less than 105, which is crazy. And the clothes are amazing. Like, I feel so pretty, so sassy. If you're on my Facebook group, which is Paisley Raye Presents Switch and Flick Fashions, you will, if you're on my Facebook Live, you will hear every single time I put something on, I'm like, oh my god, I feel so sassy. And it's not a ploy. And I even had one of my longtime customers tell me in my last live, oh my god, Vanessa, I love the fact that you are, like, so enthusiastic and happy. You can see it in your face whenever you put something on, because sometimes I haven't tried everything on, or different sizes, so I do it live. I'm like, let me go off camera, I'll try this on for you. And I go to put it on, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so pretty. Oh my god, I feel so sassy. I feel so, like, flirty. And, like, that is not something I have felt all the time with the other company. Like, sometimes I did, but most of the time it was like, yeah, this is pretty, but I didn't necessarily feel pretty in it. It shows like your figure, whatever your figure is, in the most positive way. It shows it off, and you feel gorgeous. Like, I cannot, like, tell you how many customers have come to me after getting just one piece of Paisley Raye, being like, oh my god, it's my favorite dress I've ever had, that I've ever bought online. I feel so pretty. I feel so sassy. Like, that's my word, is sassy. So everyone's coming back to me, oh my god, I feel sassy. So I think that is a really great feeling, no matter what your size is, whether you're teeny tiny, whether you are an average size girl, whether you're a plus size girl, whether you're a plus size girl. Like, you want to feel pretty and beautiful and sassy and, like, just feel good. Like, that is the bottom line. You just want to feel good. And Paisley Raye, bottom line, makes you feel good. Okay, so that was really, I mean, it's just amazing. Every time I try a new style on that I haven't tried on, I fall in love with it. And I'm like, oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this is my favorite. And you're like, you can't have everyone be your favorite. It loses its, like, meaning. So I can't say I have favorites. I can tell you right now, this is my favorite dress. But then I go put on our Petunia, I'm like, oh, it's my favorite dress. So I'm like, okay, never mind. I just love it all. And again, that is not something I necessarily would say if I was honest with the other company, but they have a million styles. So of course I'm not gonna love all of them, but so far, all the styles that Paisley Raye has, and they have a good, like, handful, like, it's not like couple, they have a good assortment. I have loved them all. So, alright, so 2-week report. Let's do the 2-week report. Let me wrap this up. I kind of want to keep it under 10 minutes, and we're, like, right at 10 minutes, 9.5 minutes. I invested $2,500, then I bought my second shipment of a little over 900, and I pretty much the first like, I've already made my investment back. Like, I've already made over 2,500. In fact, I've already made over the 900. So, like, at this point, like, I am not out of pocket. I have, you know, and I have clothes. Like, I still have probably, I mean, I started with 103 items before I got my second batch. And when I was waiting for my next one, I had like 60. So that was pretty good. And so I still made over 2,000 with such a small inventory. I mean, imagine like only having 60 pieces and still doing like having 100 pieces and still doing over 2,000. Like, that is crazy. And so, I mean, I don't know. I just love it. I just think it's such a better fit for me. Like, no pun intended. The clothes are a better fit for me. The company's a better fit for me. The like inventory level is a better fit for me. I just love not having my like just so much inventory, and they're so personal. So here's the greatest thing, and I'm gonna wrap this up with this. So Ruth and Christy, who are the co-owners. Christy's also a co-owner and a designer. She's also plus size, and her background is plus size design for like Nordstrom's and Free People. I mean, there's a whole list. So she gets it. I showed you in my last video that they did the Deathly Hallows symbol, because obviously they know I love Harry Potter. Hello, welcome to my Hogwarts. And they totally embrace it. They like let me be me, and along with every other stylist. Like, they want you to make their brand your brand. Obviously there's some restrictions. You can't be like, doing something that would be offensive, but they want you to shine, and it's not like you have to do this. They don't put you in a box, which is amazing. And I talk to them, like, I email Ruth all the time. Like, I get back and forth with one of the owners, which I never had in my other company, which I think is fantastic. If you have a question, they answer it. Again, like, personally, they answer it. They don't have, like, at this point, and it could change as we grow, they don't have, just a, an employee answer your question. So I love it. So bottom line, I love Paisley Raye. I love the clothes. I love the fit. So my next videos will be more about the clothes themselves, but I just wanted to do I wanted to say a quick video, but it's 12 minutes long, so we're gonna wrap it up. Quick video, just how my 2-week progress has been compared to my other company. And so I think my first 2 weeks with the other company, I did a little, like, about the same amount, but I had invested almost $6,000. So that's like 3 times as much, and I made the same amount. So that's amazing, and I love it. And so, and you don't have to take your photos. Oh, Lord. They provide you stock beautiful photos that you can use. I mean, you can obviously take your own photos, you can do wall drops and make outfits, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And you can have your own website, which is also fantastic. So I think that's so great. I know there's like probably 50 more questions that you guys might have like came to this video hoping for me to answer, and I totally didn't. I kind of went off tangents. So if you have questions about Paisley Raye, and just my experience with it, or the onboarding, or the kit, or any of those questions, I did not answer in this video because I don't know, I just got super distracted, which is how beautiful the clothes are. Please contact me. You can email me at Paisley Raye. No, just kidding. That's not. That's my professional one. You can email me at swishandflickfashions with an S at gmail.com, or you can message me here. Alright, ladies, thank you so much for joining in, and I promise my next videos will be geared toward the clothes and the styles and how they fit and how beautiful you feel in them. So I will do that next. And as always, have a wonderful and beautiful and magical day.